Hi everybody, this is Sanjay. Today I am going to teach you third chapter from standard 9. So let's start. Our third chapter is The Little Girl. Before you read, let's see. Do you feel you know your parents better now than when you were much younger? Perhaps you now understand the reasons for some of their actions that used to upset you earlier. This story about a little girl whose feelings for her father change from fear to understanding will probably find an echo in every home. So this type of activities can be found in every homes. So let's start. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. A figure to be feared means a person to be feared. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss. So, before going to work, he means her father. Father came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with goodbye father. So, she responded with saying goodbye father. And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of carriages growing fainter and fainter down the long road. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. So when he came back means here the father came back to home. That time she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. Bring my tea into the drawing room, means father was ordering. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there and bring me my slippers. So just father was ordering these all things and the little girl was listening near the staircase. Kezia, mother would call to her, if you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots. If you are a good girl, then take out the father's boot. Slowly the girl would slip down the stairs, more slowly still across the hall and push upon the drawing room door. Slip down means come down quietly and unknowingly. By that time he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. Means the way he was looking to the little girl, it was terrifying to the little girl. Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? I don't know, father. Means it totally was feared. You don't know? If you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. If you stutter like this, then your mother will take you to the doctor. She never stuttered with other people, had quite given it up, but only with the father. Given it up means stop doing it, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. What's the matter? What are you looking so raised about? Raised means unhappy. Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Brink of suicide means about to commit suicide. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. His father ordered that take this teacup to the table carefully. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. It means the thinking about him means father and is similar to thinking about a giant and big man. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa. So what happened one Sunday afternoon, grandmother sent her means the little girl to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. But what happened, the little girl always found the mother always reading and father stretched out on the sofa, his handkerchief on his face, as you can see in this picture. His feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. The little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa. You can see in this picture. She sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke up and stretched and asked the time, then looked at her. Don't stare so, Kezia, you look like a little brown owl. So father told her that don't look like this or don't stare like this, and if you stare you are looking like a brown owl. One day when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that her father's birthday was next week. When she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she would make him a pin cushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. Gift. Laboriously, with a double cotton, the little girl stitched three sides, but what to fill it with? That was the question. The grandmother was out in the garden, so now the grandmother was out means went to the garden, and she wandered into the mother's bedroom to look for scraps. So she went to the mother's bedroom, and because she was looking for some scraps, on the bed table she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper, gathered them up, torn them into the tiny pieces. So there was lots of papers there, and she just tore them into tiny pieces and stopped her case, then sewed off the foreside. That night there was a hue and cry in the house. Hue and cry means angry protest. Father's great speech for the Port Authority had been lost. Rooms were searched, servants questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. So, mother was Kezia's room. Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on a table in our room. Oh yes, she said. I tore them up for my surprise. What? Screamed mother. Come straight down to the dining room this instant. It means there was a angry protest. So now the little kid was on fear, and she was dragged down to the where father was pacing to and fro, hands behind his back. Means the father hands was behind his back. Well, he said sharply. Mother explained. He stopped and stared at the child. Did you do that? No, 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 she whispered angrily. Sorry, fairly. With a fear. Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damned thing. See that the child put to bed this instant. Crying too much to explain, she lay in the shadowed room watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. Then father came into the room with a ruler in his hands. So what happened then? The father came with a ruler in his hands. I am going to beat you for this, he said. So father said that I will beat you for your this activity. Oh no, 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 she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. So behind the bedclothes she was trying to hide herself. He pulled them aside. Sit up, he ordered, and hold out your hands. You must be taught once and for all not to touch what does not belong to you. What is not belong to you, you should not touch that. Why did you touch? But it was for your birthday. Down came the ruler on her little pink palms. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair, the child clung to her soft body. What did God make fathers for? She sobbed. Here is a clean hanky. Darling, blow your nose, go to sleep, pet. You will forget all about it in the morning. I tried to explain to father, but he was too upset to listen tonight. But the child never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put both hands behind her back, and a red color flew into her cheeks. The McDonald's lived next door. It means the McDonald's was living next door to their house, They had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence, little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. Tag means a children's game of catching one another. The father with the baby, Mao, on his shoulders, 2 little girls hanging on to his coat pockets, ran down and down the floor beds, sucking with the laughter, means they were in a laughter, they were laughing loudly. Once he saw the boys turn the hose on him and he tried to catch them laughing all the time. Then it was he decided there were different sorts of fathers. Suddenly one day mother became ill and she and grandmother went to hospital. It means that mother became ill and she and grandmother, she means here the little girl with grandmother went to the hospital. The little girl was left alone in the house with Alice. Sorry to tell you that the little girl was not going to hospital and she was left alone in the house with Alice, the cook. Alice was the cook. That was all right in the daytime. Little girl saw through a gap McDonald's playing tag in the evening. You can see in this picture. But while Alice was putting her to bed, she grew suddenly afraid. What will I do if I get a nightmare? Nightmare means a bad dream. She asked. I often have nightmares and then Granny takes me into her bed. I can't stay in the dark. It all gets whispery. You just go to sleep, child, said Alice, pulling off her socks, and don't you scream and wake your poor pa. But the same old nightmare came, the butcher with a knife and a rope, who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile, while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, Grandma, Grandma! She woke shivering to see father beside her bed, a candle in his hand. Here butcher, you know that who cuts goats, they are called butcher. What's the matter? He said. Oh, a butcher, a knife, I want Granny. He blew out the candle. Blew out means put out. Bent down and caught up the child in his arms, carrying her along the passage to the big room. A newspaper was on the bed. He put away the paper, then carefully tucked up the child. He lay down beside her, half asleep still. Still with a butcher smile all about her it seemed. She crept close to him, snuggled her head under his arm, held tightly to his shirt. Tucked up means covered up nicely in bed. Then the dark did not matter. She lay still means the dark did not matter to that person and she lay still. Here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm. It means that rub my feet with your legs so that my feet can get warm. Snuggled means here moved into a warm, comfortable position close to another person. Tired out, he slept before the little girl. A funny feeling came over her. Poor father, not so big after all, and with no one to look after him, he was harder than grandmother. Means he was harder than grandmother. But it was a nice hardness, and every day he had to work and was too tired to be a Mr. McDonald. She had torn off all his beautiful writings. She stirred suddenly and sighed. What's the matter? Asked her father. Another dream. Oh, said the little girl, my head's on your heart. I can hear it going. What's a big heart you have got, father dear? So this is all about your this chapter, and it is written by Katherin Mansfield. If you have doubt in this chapter, then you can write in the comment section. I will talk to you. And don't forget to share among your friends, and please subscribe my channel and click the bell icon button to get first notification of every videos I upload. In this channel you can get videos related to NCERT skills, computer skills, motivational videos and grammar skills. Many more things are there. Just click the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching.